Hi guitar mates, I hope you are all doing very well. In this video we are back with another great track by Iron Maiden. This time we will be covering the Nomad from the Brave New World album. God, I do enjoy playing that. In this lesson, I'm going to show you all the guitar parts, including the interlude section in the latter part of the song. The only items I won't be covering in this lesson are the solos, which will be covered in a later session. Now, the album Brave New World was released in October 2000, so next year is going to be 25th anniversary. And it featured the return of Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith back once again in the lineup. The album has been described as the return of Iron Maiden. All music they wrote as comeback albums go, its excellence was undeniable. I would really love to know your thoughts on this album. I am really enjoying it, especially now I'm covering all the songs from this album. But to me, it really is a good album. I didn't give it enough love when it came out. Now, if you are looking for a heavy Maiden riff to play, then join me and let me show you how to play the Nomad. So we'll start with the intro lick that you saw me play at the start of the video. This is also kind of the main riff that is being used throughout this song. So, first part of it goes like this. Now, when I'm doing that, I've got 4 chugs on the low E string. Then we've got this little line here, which is an E5 to an F5, a slide, and then back to the E5. So you get this like that. Now, counting wise, you've got the chugs is on the 1E and A, and then the slide is on the 2E and. So you get 1E and 2E and, like that. Then we've got 2 more chugs on the low E, followed by an E5. And we repeat like that. And that is on the 3E and the second one is on the 4E and. So if we put that together, that will be bar number 1. Bar number 2, and all of these bars always start off with that 4 chugs with the E5, F5, E5. So we go back to. Now this time, instead of going down to the E chord, we're going to go to the D chord. So we get like that. Then we go back and we repeat bar number 1, which is the E5, F5. Okay, bar number 3. Bar number 4, we start off the usual. Now this time we're going to go down to a C on the first one. And then we got an A. So that bar. Like that. Now that is the 4-bar loop. We start the second part of that intro riff, we go back and we repeat the first 3 bars. So we would get. Now on the intro we then do and stop. So bar number 4 in this case is just a, and we kill the sound off. So that is the intro. Now we are going to then go straight into what is the main lick. Now the main lick is the first 4 bars that we've just gone through, played twice. That all the way through this lesson you will hear me refer to the main lick, and that is it. So you've got that. And play that all over again. So very important you get that one down. Obviously I've been playing it a little bit slower so you can hear the timing I'm playing there, but up to speed, going to be like this again. Now that main lick has got a little octave riff that is being played over that main lick. So we play that main lick, we're playing it twice. We've got this little octave lick that's been played. After the first two bars of that, then we've got this little lick, which I have just called a lick in B. And it goes like this. So we're doing there, we've got two A's to the B, hence I call it the lick in B. So going down to the A, then we're going back to down to that A again. So it's just really moving from that, and you've got that little quick move. Like that. So that is lick, the lick in B. And from there we go into a section which I'm calling riff A, and it goes like this. While I'm doing that, I'm doing a B5, 2, 3, 4, down to an F sharp, to a G, back to an F sharp, and we repeat. And then it goes back to the main riff again. And we're going to play that 2 times all the way through. Now at this point we are into the main part of the song. We've got the first verse coming through. Now I have shown the guitar line all the way through, but in the song Adrian, Dave and Yannick share the duties on that main riff because they are doing different licks through that intro section. So it's not just one guitarist playing that. You'll have 2 guitars doing that, but the other one will be doing something slightly different. Again, like I said, that will be covered in a further part of the lesson. But now let's get into the main part of the song, looking at the verse riff. And it goes like this. Very easy to play that one. We are playing a B chord, B5 chord for the first part, the first bar. Then we do an F sharp for 2 counts, 1, 2, and then we do to an A5 chord for 2 counts. Go back to the B5, down to the F, to a D, and then we repeat. So that's the verse. I wish they were all as easy as that. Now we go into the first chorus. And the great news on that, the first chorus is actually the main lick. Just playing through. So we go back to. We play that all the way through 2 times. So we have the verse, and then we have the chorus, which is the main riff. We go back to the standard verse, and then we're into chorus number 2, which is different now, which is not the main riff through chorus number 2. And chorus number 2 goes like this. So what we're doing there, we are playing an E5, 3 of them, then we move down to a B, C, then we do a D, then we've got this lick which is on the D string. We're doing 4, 5, 2 7s, and then back down to 4, 5, and then we repeat. So it's a 4-bar loop in the sense we got that 1, 2, and we would play that one more time. So 4 bars in total. Now we are at the point of the first solo, and again for the rhythm guitar, all you are doing through that is you are playing through the main riff. Play that through as normal 2 times, and then you are going to play riff A, which was that. That'll be the end of the first solo, because there's 3 solos in this. Then we're in solo number 2. Now solo number 2 is the main riff, but it's the intro main riff. And what I mean by that is we don't play it the second time round. We do that stop. So we just play that one. That is over solo number 2. Solo number 3 is the main riff again. Play that through. We've got that 8 bars. And when we come out of the 8 bars, we are then just going to play through the verse riff while the solo is still going on, which was the B5. So that is the verse riff, and you're going to play that 2 times. Then we go back and we play the chorus number 2 riff, and we play that 4 times. And then we're into the interlude section. Now what we're going to do is look at what I call the octave riff. That is the riff that we hear directly after that intro riff, and it goes like this. Like that. Now again, it is a 4-bar loop that we are looking at. Now, the thing you got to remember on this one, you don't come in on the 1 count, you come in on the 2 count. And what we're playing, we're playing octaves on the A and the D string. So I am playing a B octave, so I'm on 14th fret on the A string. I am muting the D string, and I am playing 16 on the G string. Every other string has got to be muted, so all you hear is like that. Now the rhythm that we're playing is going to be so we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 14, moving up 1 fret to the 15, then we go back down to the 14, to the 12, back up to the 14. Obviously I'm giving you the fret numbers of the lead or the first finger. The movement down, you're just keeping that equidistance on the octave between the 2 notes. So the first one is that. Now the second one starts off exactly the same, but we don't go back up to the 14. We go like that. And then we repeat. So you've got this thing that says, I said it's a 4-bar loop, but it's then 2 bars repeated. But to keep in fitting with all of the other sections that we look at, we're going to see this as a 4-bar loop. So your 4-bar loop is that's your 4-bar. Now you are going to play that that 4-bar loop, you are going to play that 4 times. Now, of course, during that section, that's when we have that B riff in, so it sounds pretty cool. And you're playing that section there, and the chords are shifting down to that B riff over what you're playing, but you keep playing constantly the same thing that I've shown you there. Through that riff section came up next, which is riff A. You are just going to be playing this line. Which is just 12 on the B, and then 11 on the G, 12, back to the 11, back to the 12, 11, 12, 11 on the G again. So that's what the... Now, that is what one of the guitarists is playing over riff A. The other two are playing the main power chords. Let's go and check out what's happening through riff B with the melodic line played by the guitar. And it goes like this. Well, very easy lick. What we're going to be playing there is 12, 13, 12 as a pull off on the B string. Do 14 on the G, back to the 12. Next lick, we start off the same way. We got this 12, 13, 12 to the 14. And then we have got 13, 13, we've got 15, 13, 12 to the 14. And that is the end of the bar, but we are actually going to the 12, the start of the next bar. So we go like that. So we're pushing into the next bar. So far we got. Then we repeat that line. So now we've got a revolving sequence here, which is always going to be the same lick. Again. Final one. Now we finish on there, but we don't go back to the 12 because that is the end of the lick. And of course, that's when we got the verse starts. That's when Bruce starts his singing. So they are all of the elements through that intro section. And that lick is also played through chorus number 1. So as you're playing the main riff through that chorus section, the second guitar is playing that. That's being played through behind on chorus number 1. One other change as well for the guitarist on chorus number 2. Second guitarist, I'm never too sure which one or who is playing these. Very hard on the video to actually see because they're moving around so fast. But one of the other guitarists through chorus number 2 plays this. And he's going to play that 4 times without that little silly mistake at the end there. But what I'm doing is playing the same chords. We've got an E5, but we don't play anything else. We've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then we do the B, C, to the D, but we count for another bar. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then we've got this lick all on the B string. It's 7, 8, 10, 10, 8, 7. And repeats 4 times. So that is being played by the other guitarist through chorus number 2. Now we are into the interlude section. Of course, there's a long section where the guitarist is doing nothing. That's all down to keyboard effects in the background. But really, it's Steve Harris just showing us again how good he is on the bass. But then we are going to join in on an acoustic motive. Now I've got this kind of cleaned up a little bit, so it sounds a little bit more like an acoustic guitar. I think on stage they still use the electrics on this. But I'm just going to play it through and then just go through what we're playing there. So we've got this. Now that is an 8-bar loop, and strangely enough, you're going to play that 3 times. This stretch with normally 2, 4, 6, but you're just going to play that through 3 times. So what are we doing? Well, we are starting off with an E5 chord. So we are playing the E5. We're doing a 7 to the 9, 7 on the A to the 9 on the D and 9 on the G. But we're going to go A, D, G, and then we've got D, G, D, G, D. So we get A, D, G, D, G, D, G, D. And you play every one of these over show, you're going to play them twice. And we're going to pick exactly the same way, moving down to the C5 chord. Which is across 3, 5, 5, of course. And then to an A5, so open string, and then the 2 2s. Back up quickly. And that is what is being played on the kind of clean guitar through the first part of the interlude. And the melodic line that is being played over that goes like this. That's the first part. What I'm doing now, I'm playing a B9, sorry, G9. G9 again, going to 7, 8, 7 on the B. 7 again, and then 2 8s. And then we're going to play 7, 8 on the B string to get back to that 9 on that G. And then we repeat. That's the first part. Next part, we are going to slide from the 4 to the 9, where we would have started that. So we're going just that touch there. And then it's going to be 9, 7, 8. Then we got a 7, 8 again to the 10. So we've got this. Back to the 10. So into the 9G. 9, 7, 8, 9 on the G, 7, 8 on the B, 7, 8 on the B, slide from the 8 to the 10, back to the 8 on the B twice. Now this one, to get to the 9s, you know we've always been going back to the 9 on the G, you're going to play 7 on the high E string, 8 on the B to that 9. Like that. There we go, back to our usual. But this time we're going to go 8, 9, 8 on the B. We're not going to go back to the 7, we're going to go to the 9 again. Now, this is where we're going to start repeating ourselves. The next one is the 9 on the G. And we've got this one which goes the 9. Then back to the 7, 8. Slide up to the 10 again. 2 on the B8. The final one goes like this. What I'm doing there, I'm doing 9 on the G, then I've got a 7, 8 on the B. Then I've got a 7, 8 to the 7 on the B string. Still on the B string, I'm doing an 8, 7 across to the 9. And then on the G string, I'm doing a 7/9. I'm going to finish up on D9. Okay, that is that little section there, which is just purely playing acoustic guitar, clean guitars on that part. What we're going to do now, we're going to look at the next section, which I am calling Interlude 2. In Interlude number 2, I'm going to look at the melodic guitar, just go through what's being played there first of all. And he's doing this. Hey, you're going to play that lick. You're going to play that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now, what are we doing? Well, I am starting off on 14th fret on the D string, crossing over to 12th fret on B string, and I play that 3 times. Then I'm going to play 14 on the G and play the B again 3 times. And we're going to repeat that 3 times in total. Repeat. Repeat. Final part, you could set the cadence to that lick. We're doing this is on the B string, 13, 15, 13, 12, 14 on the G, 12, 11, 12. Again on the G. So we get, and then we repeat that whole thing, like I said, 4 times. So that's what's being played on the melodic guitar. Let's go and just have a quick look what has been played on the rhythm guitar behind that section. And this section follows what we was playing on the clean guitar, but we've just got more of a rhythm to it, and of course we're playing with some distortion on this. So we get this. So it's just an E5 like we was doing before. And we do so you're playing it over 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're emphasizing the 1, chugging on the remainder, emphasizing on the 4. So you get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then move down to the C5, exactly the same picking pattern. A5. Back to the E5. Now you are going to play that loop a total of 12 times. So long period of counting there to make sure you get the right number of bars on there. So the first part of that interlude though, you had that guitar playing that line that I just showed you. The next part, you're playing the previous line that I showed you, which was that one based around the 9th fret and the 7/8. You play that over that rhythmic feel there. And this next part is being played still with that rhythm at the back of it. This is what we would call part 3 or interlude number 3. And the melodic line goes like this. That's the first section. So what am I doing there? Well, I am playing high E string. I am playing on the and of the 1. I got 12th fret 3 times. 10 on the high E string. Then I'm doing on the B string 13, 12, 13, 12. So I get 1, like that. Then I go back and I start off the same way. I've got them 3 12s on the high E string. to the 10. Then on the B string, 13, 12, 13, 12, 10. Then I go across to G12. And then I've got 10 on the B to the 12. It's a little pause there because I'm playing on a quarter. So that line would go. Okay, now this is the long one coming up now. We go back to the high E string. We're going to play that 12 3 times as usual. To the 10. Cross to the B string. We got our 13, 12, 13. 12, 10, G12, B10, B12, B13, B12, B10, and back to the 12. That's that little first phrase there. Okay, now a little switch here. We've got 9 on the G string, and we're going to play a 9, 12 on the D back to the 9. The best way of doing this, just do that. Keep your finger on that 9 on the G because you're going to play 9, 11, 12 again with that grouping. To the 10 on the B, back to the 12 on the G, 11. So that final part goes like this. Like that. Then you go back and you play that usual one, which was that 9, 7, 8. You play that. It's all on the tab here, so don't worry about that. But we just repeat what we played before on that section. Then to finish off, we've got the usual one again. We'll be playing. So we're going to play that 2 more times. And that takes us to the end of the interlude section. Ooh, that's a long one. And you come out of that interlude section, you then go straight back into what would be the verse. So you're playing that. Play that. You play that twice. And then we go back into the main riff again. And that main riff takes us to the end of the song.